Good morning, brothers and sisters of Creedmoor. For those of you who might not recognize my face, my name is Mitchell Johnson, and I'm the field education placement for this school year at Creedmoor from Duke Divinity School. I wanted to check in with each of you this morning, as this is the beginning of what myself and Reverend Jared are calling Mondays with Mitchell. As some of you probably are well aware of by this point, I do not have the ability to be in person with you right now. Duke is predominantly educating online right now, so I am in my home state of Alabama. But we thought this would be a good way for me to kind of continue to touch base with each of you and to kind of continue to hopefully grow relationships with each of you. As you can probably tell pretty early on from this video, I am driving in my car, and before you might get a little bit worried about that, I would reassure you that I'm not on any major highway or anything like that. I'm just driving around my neighborhood and kind of the back roads that surround it. But what I wanted to, I guess, kind of communicate through the image of me driving is I wanted us this morning to think about the idea of going, the idea of us as 21st century people, us as Americans and the culture that we live in, always being so focused on going and where we're going. I know I have kind of searched for things to go and do over these past few months of this pandemic, especially during the times when restrictions have been at their harshest, we'll say, where businesses have been shut down and the things that might normally take up our time have been closed. I have craved the ability to get out of my house and go somewhere. But I think that it's really important for us not so much to think about the idea of going and always being on the go, but more so to think about why we're going and what we're going towards. It reminds me of, in the Gospels, there's a moment where a mother approaches Jesus, more specifically the mother of James and John, two of his disciples, the two that are referred to as the sons of Zebedee and the brothers of thunder. And she approaches them and she asks Jesus, essentially, whenever her sons get to heaven, she would like to ask that one be seated on the left side and one be seated on the right side of Jesus in the kingdom of heaven. Christ's response to her is one that is both very calculated and one that is quite telling. I can't recite it from memory, but a paraphrase of it might sound something like, "Sitting at my left and right side is not up for me to determine. Furthermore, sitting at my left and right side is something that is not for you. And it's not something for me to decide." I think that that's really telling, because I think that a lot of times we, as modern people, we go with the hope that at the end of our road there will be some sort of mass fulfillment, whether that be we are rewarded with something or we're recognized as as the recipient of something. And I think that when we go in that way, all that it does is it fuels things such as our pride, it fuels things such as our greed, it fuels things like our envy. So my challenge to all of us this week would be, as you go, as you are out in the world, to think and try to focus in on why it is that you're going, and why are you going, and where do you hope to be when you get where you're going? Do you hope to be in a spot that is pleasing to God? Do you hope to be in a spot that's pleasing to yourself? questions to think about as we go throughout our weeks. Again, these Mondays with Mitchell will become kind of a regular thing, so be on the lookout for them every Monday. But until I see you again, I hope that you have a great day, a great week. I hope that in everything that you do, that you are blessed and that you keep God in your hearts and your minds and your soul and everything that comes forth in your words. I look forward to seeing you again.